Steve Jobs, literally, like people like you're considered a part of the Outliers. I don't know if you've ever heard that book before, Outliers, right? It's the Steve Jobs of the world, and they're the one who go against the grain, go against what it seems to be normal, right? The MLKs, right? A different approach to addressing, segregation. Muhammad Ali, like, Gandhi, you have Nelson Mandela, you have Obama, you have Hannah Richardson, you have Adam Herbert, 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 Adam Herbert, Hebert, Adam Hebert. You have Adam Hebert who goes against the grain, and all of these people are the ones who they're first ridiculed, then they're respected, then they're revered, and that is so amazing. The fact that you're open about being different, and I think different is diversity. And if we're diverse, not just in the color of our skin, but in our mindsets, in our traditions, in our cultures, then we have a potluck of a community. And no one likes going to potlucks. I don't know about you. Do you do potlucks in Arizona?
Yeah.
Or cookouts? Yeah. Cookouts or potlucks?
Just a potluck.
Just a potluck. Do you know the difference between cookout and a potluck?
We always say potlucks, but that's like, cookouts, I'm sure, are fantastic.
All right, so there's cookouts, there's potlucks, and then there's barbecue. Like, do you know the difference between all three? There's very different.
Well, when we have friends over, we have a barbecue. But if it's a potluck, it's like a huge community group thing.
Okay, so when you have a barbecue, are you grilling anything?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a barbecue. Like, if you're not grilling anything, you're not having a barbecue, you're having a potluck, or you're having a cookout. A cookout is everybody bringing something to your house and you cook out, right? You're out in and then a potluck is when you got the crock pots, like everybody bring their personal crock pots or the instant pot or whatever. Like, they're pretty much cooking at your house. So that's a potluck, right? And then a cookout is like, you got your hot dogs, you probably microwaved it, and a barbecue's got some stuff on the rack of the grill. So just there's a difference. and I used to live in Florida, born and raised, and then we would have barbecue. And when I went to Wisconsin, I was like, yeah, we have barbecues all the time. I was like, no, that ain't a barbecue. That's a potluck, my friend. You got the crock pots, you got the instant pot. You ain't got no ribs, you ain't got no chicken on that grill. That ain't no dang barbecue. That's a potluck with your casserole and your beans and all that stuff.
Yeah, I got the barbecue right, so we're good.
Okay, so Hannah, like when you think of working with Prenda, and I'm so fortunate that I get to work with you. That's really cool too. When you think of teaching to change lives, like what comes to mind for you?
Passion. I see so much burnout, especially now. So much burnout. And just having the hope still that there's more to come. Like, there's this, we can still do this. Like, let's bond together. Let's look at education differently. Like, if this isn't working, let's find that passion again.
Yeah, so passion. So when Hannah Richardson thinks about teaching to change lives, she thinks about passion. She thinks about perseverance and not getting burnt out. She thinks about looking at education and doing education differently, which is one of our plugs, doing education differently. That is powerful. Now, if people are, our listeners are just like, oh my gosh, like, I love Hannah, and then they start singing Hannah Montana, Hannah, right? They start singing the Migos song, and they're so. I told you, every time I think about your name, I just think about the Migos song, and they're just like, oh my gosh, I want to talk to Hannah, and they're like, yo, Hannah, she said dope on the podcast. She's legit. I want to talk to her. So where could people find you if they want to connect with you, that you're actively on?
Yes, I am active on LinkedIn. You can find me there. And I also am active on Instagram. I have actually just created a new group, Empowered Learners. That's okay. It, Empowered Learners, nothing else. And that's where I'm going to be starting to do projects that I'm interested in and being able to support this community of empowered learners.
Okay, awesome. And what question have I not asked you today that you want to share with the world?
Just keep that like not awkward at all.
It's all good. You're not trying to create dead space. So I told you though, like if there's dead space, I got you. Like as you continue to think about if there's a question, it's something that really, like pulls on your heart, like what pulls on Hannah's heart, what lights up your world, what lights up what's your vision, right? So that Disney story, it's that little girl just like, a whole new world, right? You just think of what is that on your heart that you haven't shared?
I'm in my position at my work now is being able to go around the country and help others start micro schools and being able to meet new people and new educators. And a lot of the times they didn't know that this is something that they wanted to do. Like they didn't see education like that. It's so complex and it seems it's so concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Can we actually make a change? And I've talked to school board members and they've been years and years of trying to do something different and try something else.
Yeah.
And so what is it going to take? Like, can we do this? Yeah. And I feel like we gotta, just like what you're doing, you're in it. You're not just talking about it.
Yeah.
You're not just sitting on this podcast talking to these awesome people coming in.
Yeah.
You're in the trenches. You're making it happen in your school.
Yeah.
And I think that is really inspiring. And I appreciate that the work that you're doing and that you're not just all talk.
Thank you. I appreciate your kind words, and inspiration is contagious. And my goal in life is to be around people who inspire me, right? My business partner and our producer, Adam, like he's inspiring, and my goal is to be inspiring. You're inspiring. There's so many people, and what happens when enough people are inspired, then we take action, and then our action is something that pulls us and not pushes us. And when it pulls us to create something that is inspirational for all. An inspirational root word of that, the Greek word of inspiration is inspire, which means to breathe life. And if we're going around breathing life on things that once were dead or need a little bit of resuscitation, and we could create a world that we all desire to live in. And you, my friend, are doing that by being an inspiration, traveling around, doing these micro schools. And I am so grateful, Hannah, that you said yes to being on our show and in this series. And I look forward to continuing our relations and nurturing this collaboration. And we work together too. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Awesome. Thank you, David.
Awesome. So I want you all to remember something. Be the solution to the education evolution.
Shepherd, 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 shepherd revolution. Shepherd, 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 shepherd revolution.
Hey, it's David Prosper, and welcome to the Shepherd Revolution podcast, a show for educators, parents, and those out-of-the-box shepherd leaders doing education differently. I want to say thank you for leading the education evolution. We are bringing practical strategies, systems, and solutions to help you thrive as a revolutionary shepherd.
Shepherd, 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 shepherd revolution. Shepherd.